Hi, I'm Judy O'Bannon. Welcome to a new program about exciting outdoor life in our state. This show will open up the world of our wonderful woods and streams and wildlife, historic sites and parks. The folks at the Indiana Department of Natural Resources and Ball State University have teamed up to bring you adventure and information. So stay where you are and come with us into Indiana's great outdoors.
I'm Tim Underhill, and coming up on Indiana Outdoors, I'll show you the best way to see Indiana's state parks.
Hello and welcome to Indiana Outdoors. I'm Jill Ditmire.
And I'm Don Van Meter. It's true, we're indoors today because we're at the Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show where there's something for every outdoor person.
Boy, there certainly is. And you know, a lot of people like to enjoy the outdoors on bicycles. And every year, the Indiana State Parks and Reservoirs and the Bloomington Bicycle Club offer a week-long bicycle tour of the Indiana State Parks.
Yes, it's called the Tree Touring Ride in Rural Indiana. We caught up with reporter Tim Underhill halfway through the week on his own two wheels.
This tree retour was a loop in the south-central part of the state. Indiana Outdoors waited for me to arrive at McCormick's Creek State Park, the end of my fourth day on the tour.
Whew, let's see. 62 miles from Spring Mill State Park to McCormick's Creek State Park. I'm ready for a shower.
But first, I needed to find my bag and tent. Each day, a DNR truck hauls the baggage of some 375 bicyclists from one site to the next. Those bags all looked alike. Next, I put up my tent.
Home sweet home.
Cyclists arrive at different times, but by late afternoon, it's a tent city. Now, about that shower.
Tree is the touring ride in rural Indiana. People should go on Tree to have fun, visit the state parks, enjoy the company, enjoy the food, enjoy the bicycling. I'm Barbara Anderson from Bloomington, Indiana. I'm Tree director, but my husband is Tree director too. During the ride itself, my responsibilities are making sure that everyone's doing okay, that everything is ready for them at the next site, that the food's going to be here when we need it, and that the people know what to expect, and we have the information out properly for them, that if any problems arise, I'm around or available to help them deal with the situations. The age range is from about 5 years of age to, I think the oldest is about 72. It's a lot of fun having all the different ages together, and it's just a time to really socialize and have fun.
Before dinner, the riders have time to relax. Some read, I won't comment on the literature, some play games, and some block out the noise. Guess he's meditating. Massage is available for those sore muscles, and most of us attempt to dry out our wet clothes. Some riders work on their bikes during downtime.
The bicycle repair people during the day are out on the route. They're going back and forth as needed. And now they're set up in camp, and they'll probably be busy until about 8 o'clock, 8:30 tonight, when it gets too dark for them to see what they're doing.
Most of us, though, just goof off.
This year we are a small group with 375 bicyclists. About half of them are from Indiana and half of them are from out of state.
I'm not from Indiana, and I didn't know Indiana was this pretty.
Yeah, I came to Tree Re last year and thought I'd try Indiana. We rode in northwest Indiana, and there were some days that I wish just hadn't ended.
Well, I like the bike ride, but what I really come for is the food. I think the food is fantastic.
Time to eat. We carry or wear fanny flags for ID, and they also serve as our meal tickets. And who's cooking all this food?
McDuff's Catering out of Indianapolis. These gentlemen have been with us for many years. They bring their staff, they bring all they need, and we provide the breakfast and the dinners. And this is good food. You can ask the participants, you know, this is good food. People do not lose weight on Tree Re.
The folks from state parks and reservoirs are co-sponsors.
They are wonderful hosts for us. They really put out an effort. Every day they put these tents up, bring the tables in, and then the next day they tear it down, and they take the tents to the next site, and they put the tents up there. They bring along a stage and set it all up for entertainment. They provide some state park vehicles and people to watch over the bicyclists. We call them SAGs. They're support and gear vehicles. They drive the baggage truck for us that carries the baggage for all the people. And they're always in wonderful humor. They're joking with the participants. They're just enjoying them.
After supper, we had homegrown entertainment.
That's what's fun about a talent show, is you don't know what to expect.
Goodbye, my Coney Island baby. Farewell, my own true love, my honey.
Everybody enjoys it, and we're able to sit under these nice state park tents so that we're out of the elements.
Barb and Joe give the daily announcements.
We're over the hump now. We're more than halfway. It's all downhill from here.
And plenty of time to talk to people before nightfall. The next morning, breakfast was at the Canyon Inn at the state park.
Riders either have the choice to camp or stay at the inns at the state park. For some of us, breakfast at the Canyon Inn is the only dry place we'll see all day.
There are all kinds of bikes and all kinds of riders. The bikers put on rain gear and head out on the day-long ride to the next destination, Shakamak State Park, near Jasonville, 51 long miles away. Because we're not racing, the riders stop along the way at whatever strikes their fancy. I bought a bean crock at Clay City Pottery, but had to ship it home to my wife. We stop to rest and fill our water bottles. Then it's back to the open road. The thumbs up signal means you're okay, and you don't need the SAG vehicles to help you out.
A lot of people don't realize that southern Indiana is full of hills and forests and wildlife and curvy roads and hilly roads and just a lot of lovely things to see and bike among.
The Tree Re routes are on country roads, but there's still traffic to watch out for.
It's a unique way to see the state parks because we're really right out in it. You know, we're in the element. We're enjoying riding through the parks on our bicycles, not enclosed in air-conditioned vehicles that go by fast. We are in the midst of whatever wildlife we see out here.
It's late afternoon, and the day's ride is almost over. The cyclists are nearing Shakamak State Park. Meanwhile, the DNR guys have already unloaded the luggage from the truck and put up the food tent. Seems like they're just waiting for me.
5 days down, 2 to go. For Indiana Outdoors, I'm tired.
Does this bike tour look tempting to you? For this year's dates and information, call the Bloomington Bicycle Club at 812-332-6028 or check out the Tree Re website at www.bloomington.in.us/BBC/Tree Re. The Boat Sport and Travel Show is the perfect place for the hunter, but some people use their guns strictly for sport. To learn more about skeet and trap shooting, Indiana Outdoors visited 2 conservation clubs in East Central Indiana.
I'm the owner of the Daleville Skeet and Trap Club. When we are open out here, we have anywhere from 200 rounds as a given day, which is 5,000 targets. We have a big crowd of just card players and people sitting around talking too. So there'll be from 35 to 65 people out here on a given day. At Daleville, we pretty well pride ourselves on the fact that we encourage everyone to come out and shoot. We've had people as young as 7 and 8 years old out here. We've had people in the 90s shooting. Just about every walk of life you can find, we have out here shooting. I shoot mostly for recreation. We have a lot of just strictly recreational target shooters. It's not necessarily a hunting game. If you haven't hunted, it doesn't mean you can't shoot skeet or trap. The Daleville Skeet and Trap Club is open to the public. We encourage memberships, but the public is certainly welcome. They have a tradition of shooting the hat, so typically the shooting over the whole field stops and everyone takes a shot at the guy's hat. And whenever someone reaches a milestone with their shooting, whether it's the first 25 or the first 100, they have a tradition of shooting the hat. Most places the hat goes back with the shooter. Here we've started a tradition of hanging them over the fireplace, and that's an accumulation of about 4 years worth of hats. The differences between skeet and trap, skeet are more crossing targets. You shoot from 2 houses. Trap is targets that are going away from you. In trap, you don't know exactly which direction the target's going. In skeet, you know exactly which house and which direction the target's going if it's not too windy. Up.
The Monroe Township Conservation Club started about 1945. We have a 25, 50, and 100-yard range on the same location. And yes, there's a lot of pistol shooting done on the 25-yard range. We have a 100-yard rifle range, and that's a covered range. It's not enclosed, but it is covered. And we're surrounded by woods and a very high bank, so it's a very safe range. We have 1 trap, so we do trap shooting, of course. And then we have what we call a trapper's choice, which is a platform that you stand on, and the trap is underneath you. We do have open activities that the public is welcome to come to, and every membership we sell is a family membership. That includes husband, wife, and any kids that live with them. Protection shooting is a game that we play where 2 shooters on the line together. When the clay target is thrown, the first shooter shoots at it, and if he misses it, then his buddy can shoot at it. I've had many people say, well, I'd come and try it, except I don't want anybody to laugh at me. But we don't normally laugh at new people at all. We enjoy them to come out. We look forward to them coming out, and we like to teach them how to do it and how to do it safely.
If you're interested in contacting the sport shooting clubs we visited today, Daleville Skeet and Trap can be reached at 765-378-5122. Learn more about Monroe Township Conservation Club at this website, www.mtcc.natureavenue.com.
As you can see from the fish tank behind me, the Boat Sport and Travel Show really catered to fishermen, from fishing lodges in Canada to the best fishing lures to use. But you don't have to travel out of state for great sport fishing. Our reporter Kelly Skyver went to Bodine State Fish Hatchery in Mishawaka to see how we raise steelhead trout for stocking Indiana waters.
The
The introduction of the steelhead trout has made fishing better than ever on the St. Joseph River. With the construction of fish ladders, the steelhead are capable of moving upstream with minimal effort. Today we're visiting the Bodine Fish Hatchery to see where these great fish begin their lives. In order to provide the outstanding number of fish for anglers to catch, the hatchery stocks approximately 22,000 steelhead annually. The Indiana stocking of steelhead began back in the late 1800s with the first steelhead released into the St. Joe in 1889. The initial stocking failed until the late 60s because dams prevented migration back to the spawning area. The stocking was limited until 1982 when Indiana finally introduced its first successful program for steelhead. This stocking process is made possible by fish hatcheries such as the facilities found at Bodine. The reproduction process is referred to as spawning. Sperm, or milt, is collected from the male, and females are checked to see if they are ready to produce eggs. If mature, females are taken into the hatchery and their eggs are extracted. Fertilization occurs when the milt and eggs are combined. The fertilized eggs are then transferred into sanitized areas where they are counted and put into trays to incubate. Brian Brighter, manager of the Bodine State Fish Hatchery, guides us through the development of fish.
There are about between 4,000 and 5,000 eggs in each tray, and these are what we call eyed eggs. Okay, these are steelhead trout fry. They hatched about 4 days ago, and they'll stay in these trays until they're a total of 50 days old. At that time, we'll put them outside into our rearing tanks.
When the fish reach 6 to 8 inches in length, they are then released into the St. Joseph River. They swim to Lake Michigan where they will grow for 3 to 7 years. After maturing, the steelhead will migrate back to the South Bend, Mishawaka area where they were released. With these large number of returning fish come large number of anglers. Fishing-related business is booming in the Mishawaka area, and the St. Joseph River is one of the best fisheries in the nation.
Since they've opened the fish ladders, we've been able to fish in our
Taver's Testament of a Fisherman from Trout Magic.
I fish because I love to, because I love the environs where trout are found. I thus escape, because in a world where most men seem to spend their lives doing things they hate, my fishing is at once an endless source of delight, because trout do not lie or cheat and cannot be bought or bribed or impressed by power, but respond only to the quietude and humility and endless patience, because only in the woods can I find solitude without loneliness.
Every winter, thousands of Hoosiers enjoy ice fishing. For safety's sake, drill your own test hole near shore. It should show at least a 4-inch thickness of clear ice like you'd get from your freezer. Indiana law limits ice fishing holes to a diameter of 12 inches, and you can't use more than 3 lines at any one time. Sadly though, every year people drown after falling through ice, so be careful and look out for snowmobiles.
We're standing by a skate park demonstration run by Indy Parks, showcasing the talents of those who use the Major Taylor Skate Park in Indianapolis. Since skateboarding and rollerblading on public property can be controversial, many towns are building skate parks to provide a safe and legal place to skate. Indiana Outdoors went to Flounders Skate Park in Valparaiso to watch the action.
Since I've started skating, which was probably 7 years ago, we've always gotten in trouble, skating downtown. The public's view on skaters and skateboarders I've noticed has changed a lot, but it's still mainly a little bit negative. A long time ago, it was pretty much banned. When skateboarders grind things, they wax them up first, and that leaves a black trail on a curb and is considered vandalism and damage.
The city has an ordinance against skateboarding. It's an incredible amount of property damage to sidewalks, curbs, stairs, railings when the kids perform their tricks. The other reason it's prohibited is the liability factor in case of personal injury, whether to the skateboarder themselves or to pedestrians that are in the area.
We needed a place to go where we couldn't get in trouble. We just always wanted a skate park. That skate park is a collection of ramps and rails put together so you can just creatively grind across some air, do spins. It's whatever your imagination and skill level will let you do. Flounders Skate Park is located in Valparaiso, Indiana, and it's in Rogers Lakewood Park. We're trying to appeal to anybody that wants to come out here. We have kids that come out that are about 5 years old, up to about 40. I mean, it doesn't really matter what age you are in this sport. If you're trying it, you have courage. You will find out if you can be a skateboarder within a year of trying it. It's just all practice, determination, and you have to be able to fail before you can succeed at it. And it takes a certain person to be able to fall and get back up and fall and get back up. The difference between skateboarding and any like organized sporting event is you can win 80 times throughout the day. It all depends on how hard you try for each thing.
I think skate parks are an excellent idea. Skateboarding is an excellent sport. It's entertaining to watch, and the use and the idea of skate parks gives these kids a venue, a place where they can practice and be safe and not have the problems with property damage and other things that occur if they're in a public setting.
It takes a long time to learn how to skateboard, but once you do it, it's very fun. It's great to get into for pretty much anybody that's willing to take a chance, risk getting hurt a little bit. Because I won't lie to you, you will get hurt here and there skateboarding, but that's what pads are for.
The list of skate parks in Indiana is growing. Indiana Outdoors has found skate parks in these cities and towns near you. Search www.skatepark.org for more information.
That's all for our show today. Thanks to the folks at the Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show for letting us dream a little.
We hope you enjoyed your visit to Indiana Outdoors. We'll see you next time. I'm just going to kick back and do a little dreaming.
Too.
Indiana Outdoors can be used as an educational tool in the classroom or at home. If you'd like a copy of the program you just watched, call 1-800-252-WIPB or send a check or money order for $10 payable to WIPB-TV. Mail to Indiana Outdoors, WIPB-TV, Ball State University, Muncie, Indiana, 47306. Be sure to note today's program number on the screen.
If you would like to learn more about Indiana Outdoors or the natural resources and recreational opportunities in this state, check out our website at www.indianaoutdoors.org. Meet the staff. Preview upcoming programs. Find out which stations carry the show and when you can view it. Send us your comments on email from this website. Let us know what you think of our show.